Hey everybody, it's me again. Really late this week. I know, it's Tuesday. But I've been really lazy and ashamed because I had a really bad week last week. Well, it wasn't really bad, but it was bad. So, I had a couple big cheats. Bye, kitty. I had a couple big cheats that kind of culminated with going to a concert and drinking a lot of alcohol. And as they tell you on Medifast, you should definitely avoid alcohol. Not only because it's full of calories and carbs, although I did try to stick with a zero carb liquor, it still has lots of calories, and diet soda. But not only that, but it kind of makes you really hungry for really bad stuff. So when I went to a concert, like I said, and I drank a lot, and then when I got home, I had a piece of cake, which was so bad. It tasted good, I mean, but it was so bad, and I just am so ashamed. But, I mean, earlier in the week, I also had a couple of cheats that were bad, you know, ice cream and one night, and I can't even remember what the other one was now, but I was just bad last week. So I'm kind of reeling from that, or coming back from that, you know, trying to be really good this week and make up for it, and, you know, try not to let it get me down too much so that I don't go off track completely. So far I'm back on track. I've been doing good. Unfortunately, I'm going through ketosis again, so I am a little grumpy and hungry, you know, going through all that same stuff that you did in the first 3 days originally. And not only that, but my numbers are the same. You know, luckily I didn't gain anything, but I certainly haven't lost. So, you know, I just feel like I've kind of let myself down, and I've wasted a week by those cheats, you know, and it's sad because, you know, I was eating the Medifast food, and the cheats weren't every day, but still, I mean, it's really, like they say, I mean, it's really important that you stick to the plan and you don't deviate from the plan, and it really does, it's a waste of your time and money to do it to yourself, and it just puts your goal that much further away, and you have to go back through ketosis, and so you're kind of miserable for 3 days or however long until you get back on track. So it really just puts you off for so long. So, you know, yeah, I did that to myself, and I totally am taking accountability for it, and I just wanted to let you guys know that, you know, I'm accountable for it, and I know I did it, and I know I sucked last week. So anyway, like I said though, luckily I'm back on track this week. It's only Tuesday though, so, but Sunday was 1 month on Medifast, and however, I wish I could have celebrated it a little better, you know, with a little more gusto and having done better that week and everything, but Sunday I just ended up being totally hungover from the night before. Totally not worth it to drink that much, or at all, really. And then, you know, the cake wasn't even that wonderful that I couldn't have lived without it, and when you've been eating healthy for so long, and then you eat high carb, high, you know, sugary foods like that, it really makes you feel crappy, like your stomach hurts, and you feel like really overly full, and then my blood sugar didn't feel like stable like it had been. Like, really, that's been my favorite part about the whole Medifast thing, is that my blood sugar has been so stable, and I never really knew that that was a problem with me before. I knew that, like, if I would eat breakfast, you know, I'd have sugary cereal or waffles. I loved waffles with syrup or something like that, and every once in a while I'll go to Burger King and get like a croissant, which was like, what, 10 million calories? And then maybe a few hours later for lunch, I'd be so hungry, I'd be shaking. And I'm like, I just ate breakfast this morning, and I didn't understand it. And now I can see that I was eating these foods that were making my blood sugar spike. And then I was crashing, and my body was just reacting to that. And so it made me feel horrible. And now that I've been on Medifast for a while, with the exception of those cheats, my blood sugar is really stable, and throughout the entire day, even when I do get hungry, at certain times, you know, for dinner or for one of my meals, I don't feel shaky hungry. You know, I just feel like hungry, like, oh, it's time to eat, time to refuel, but I don't feel like shaky and miserable and grumpy. And I love that feeling. I love feeling like, you know, your body is getting exactly what it needs in a really, like, good throughout the day time periods, you know. So to me, that's been the best part about the whole Medifast thing, is feeling like I'm really stable and where I need to be in terms of everything that I'm getting, vitamins and minerals and sugar, carb, protein ratio, all of that, you know, that's what I like the best. So anyway, let's move on to something else. So I guess this video I wanted to talk a little about the one thing that I've really struggled with Medifast. It's been really tough for me, even in good weeks, is the condiments. I don't know how many of you guys have had issues with condiment use, but it's just been really tough for me to stick to that 3 condiment rule, and I really try hard to do that. It's just that they consider even dried herbs to be condiments. So if you put parsley on something, it's a condiment, which I couldn't believe. If you use Splenda, a pack of Splenda, or Sweet and Low, I like Sweet and Low a little better, that's a condiment. So, you know, if I have coffee at work with some sugar-free creamer and some a pack of Sweet and Low, then that's 2 of my condiments knocked right out. And unfortunately, one of my favorite things from Medifast is the cereals, which I drink with the almond milk. So that's my 3 condiments right there, gone with breakfast. So I try to avoid coffee unless I'm really in the mood for it. You know, and unfortunately I don't like black coffee, and I don't like coffee without creamer, so I'm a little spoiled when it comes to that. So, you know, I just try to do it as little as possible. But when it gets hard again is when you make your lean and greens. Usually in order to cook things, you know, you want to spice them up a little bit, especially if you're having a lot of chicken, or pork or something like that. You don't want to just have plain old grilled chicken every night. I mean, you want to kind of spice things up. Or when you use the recipes that I've brought up on my videos, from Sandy's Kitchen Adventures, a lot of her recipes use like 2 or 3 condiments. So for me, that's been really a struggle. So I don't know if anybody else out there has had that. I'd like to hear if you had. I want to know if it's just me. But I did talk to my health coach about it, and some other people that had lost a lot of weight and been successful, and they did say that they kind of loosened up a little bit on the dried things, like the dried herbs, that they didn't really consider it a condiment. They just didn't go crazy with it. They used it very sparingly, and they just didn't count it in because it became very difficult to do that. So, you know, I've kind of stuck with that rule, but I try not to do that every day. You know, like, I try not to be too hard on myself, you know what I mean? So, if I have had my 3 condiments that morning, and at night if I want to throw on some parsley or oregano or something onto my chicken, then I don't really beat myself up about it, I'll be honest with you. You know, but especially when people start hitting their plateaus and things like that and they're not losing anymore, I can see that's a place where maybe you could cut back a little bit to help you start losing again, maybe, because they do have, you know, a carb. Usually it's supposed to have 1 carb for a condiment, you know, and I'll be honest, I've used a couple things that have 2 carbs and I try to split the serving in half if I can, but I'll be honest, I haven't been hard and fast with the condiments. So that's just been one place where one of the many places I've had issues, the last week especially, but throughout. So I'm just wondering if any of you guys have any tips or tricks or are having the same issue. Other than that, you know, I mean, I got my second order of Medifast last week, and they are so right. It really was like Christmas Day when I got that box. I actually got it like a day or 2 earlier than I expected it, and I was so happy because this order I kind of, you know, my first order I tried to get a big variety. I tried not to get more than 1 box of anything except a couple things that I knew I would like, and so, you know, this time I tried to get some different things. I finally got the mint chocolate bar that everybody seems to love, and it is really, really good. I do love it. It's not my favorite bar. It's not my favorite. Peanut butter is my favorite, but it is really good. And I got the beef stew. It's not bad. It doesn't taste bad. It's just it looks gross, you know? It's not, none of the soups that or like the stewy, heartier stuff that I've gotten from Medifast, I've not been a huge fan of it. You know, and it also, the other thing about it is it takes a lot of prep because you got to soak it to make it really edible. And then you usually I have to add some instant bouillon to mine. You know, it has 1 carb and really, really low calories. But to give it a little more flavor, and when you're at work and you're busy, you know, it's so much easier to just grab a bar or some bites or something. So, you know, I have a box, and just for those days when I want something a little bit more food-like, you know, or heartier. But I have to admit, they haven't been my favorite things. I got caramel bars. I got some coffee soft serve. The soft serves are okay. I wish they had just plain chocolate, you know. I don't know why they have to do this peanut butter, coffee, mint chocolate crap. You know, I just want some vanilla or some chocolate, you know, just plain old chocolate. I don't know if they, you know, why they don't have it, but I wish they did. So, other than that, I don't think I got like 4 boxes of brownies, because I love brownies so much. I eat one every day, sometimes 2, because they're really, really good. And I think that's about, you know, it, along with my cereal. You know, I got the mixed berry this time, and the cinnamon brown sugar, and I just love it, love it, love it. I love that cereal. It is so good. You know, you just gotta watch it with the milk, you know, make sure that you get the 30-calorie almond milk. So that would be the unsweetened Silk brand, or I like the Food Lion brand. It's called Nature's Place or something like that. It's actually a little bit less, I think, than Silk, in terms of calories or carbs or whatever. But it's really good. I love it. And it's cheap. It's a plus. And you can have a whole cup of it instead of half a cup, because a half a cup would not even cover the cereal. So I definitely go with the ones that are where you can have 1 full cup. So anyway, I think that's all I have for this week. But I did, you know, want to come on and kind of berate myself for being so bad last week. I was so bad. But I'm hoping to get back on track. I know I said this last week, so I'm hoping that this will not become a habit with me to keep saying that. But I've been good so far this week. I hope to continue being good. And I'm going to try to just do the plan as written. No cheating. Be good on the condiments. You know, avoid alcohol. Definitely avoid alcohol. No midnight cake, you know, obviously. So, and thanks guys for commenting on my videos. You guys are so sweet. And I've been talking to some of you, you know, I know some of you have Facebooked me, and it's so nice to know that I'm not just talking to myself, because sometimes it really feels like I am sometimes. So that's really nice, and you guys are really, really sweet. So if anybody else wants to Facebook me, you can look me up on my email address. It's oh god, what is it? It's ASKING, so ASKing 131 at yahoo.com, or my name is Ashley King, you know, ASHLEY, last name is KING. There's probably a lot of Ashley Kings. I know it's not a very original name, so it probably is a lot easier just to look me up by my email address. So you can message me, you can post on my wall. I don't care. I mean, everybody I know knows that I'm on Medifast, so I really don't care if you post, you know, on my wall or something. But you know, do what you want. If you want to contact me and have somebody to chat with, or you know, Medi buddy, then that would be cool. So thanks for watching, if anybody is, and hopefully next week I can come back with some better news that I've lost a couple pounds, and that I was really, really good, and I didn't cheat at all, and that's what I'm going to do next week. I promise you that. So I'll see you guys on Monday next week. Bye.